Hey riders, Sunday morning, Team GRC, Sunday short race. What's the date today? March 3rd, 2024. Okay, I've been a little bit absent from the Discord channel and stuff like that for the last day or so. The last couple days, been super busy trying to find some employment, lining up interviews, all that kind of good stuff. But anyways, also the exciting news yesterday was I went out to feed the animals first thing in the morning. I have 3 goats and a donkey that live together. So I'm feeding them their cubed alfalfa over the fence. I soak it and stuff beforehand to make it nice for them. And yeah, we had a little baby goat on the ground. A little tiny baby, and they're mini goats too, so it's tiny. This thing's the size of a puppy. So made a nice home for them, fed them, put them in the barn with the 2 females to keep them happy and warm. Went out there late last night, and yeah, I brought him in the house because he wasn't doing well at all. So yeah, he's I don't know. I think he thinks he's a dog now. But anyways, just a little side ramble there for you. I actually have this goat sitting at my feet right now in a little like a dog bed. You know, one of the little ones that the dogs curl up in. And yeah, he's hanging out with me. So here we go, folks. 10 seconds to go. A lot of rambling. We're in the fields of Flanders. We're in Belgium. Newkerke to Kafhoek. We just call this the Nuke race. Here we go, folks. It is going to be an absolute all-out explosion of watts. Watts fest everywhere. I checked out before the race started. 80 riders registered. Oh, Global Ragnar. Just clicked on that name randomly. Good to see him here. So this, Sunday short race again, 15, just under 16 kilometers, so 10 miles, 268 meters of climbing, 1,000 feet of climbing. It's the fields of Flanders, right? Hey, here's Clive Ribbons, Hardy, Chad Ritchie. Oh, we got Tuden at the front here. I see Muckers riders here too. Tuden and Chad Ritchie are both Muckers Worldwide riders. GTZR 3000 and Bashak is here as well. Let's take a look at Bashak here. They had a fast start, a little bit of an uphill, straight into a downhill, 10% gradient. Check out the fields of Flanders. So, nothing really big for climbs, but up and down, up and down, up and down. So I made the decision to, hey, also Ben's here. Ben's always a perennial top 10 finisher. Really happy to see Tuden here. Super strong rider, always battling it out with Gil Mattiau. And I mix that name up all the time. I say Gil, I say Jill. It's probably Gil Mattiau on the Marcus race. Hey, also Lars K71's here. Clive Ribbons, Antonio Grillo, Jay Margiolis. Here's Anthony from Canada, part of the Team GRC group, active member in the Discord. Super helped me out a lot with stuff on my channel here. Malau Noel. That's 4 names jammed into one, and I still struggle to say it. Awesome to see you out here. Okay, so we're going to try to figure this out. Tuden's going to just push hard at the front. This is going to be the 5 to 6 watt per kilo group right at the front here. So we've got Hardy hanging out there. We've got Clive Ribbons hanging out there. Anthony is right on them. This might be a good course for Anthony. Anthony doesn't push as much power as it does, but it's a way better climber than me. So what he needs to do here is just hang on to these riders, get pulled away by the front group, and then find themselves in a good position. Hey, we've also got Jay LaBombard. Seen this rider a lot as well. I think rides a lot in Muckers. Let's just have a little look at the screen here. Here's Holly. Holly 87, already making her way up. A little bit of a climb that she's finishing. She's the orange bubble on the dot of the screen. She's going to move forward. Just ahead, we got Jills. So we've got 3 GRC riders right together here. Holly, Jills, and Anthony. Laurent 1976, seen them before a lot. Oscar GTZ, always rides with us. Great to see him. Grandad Rick, Murvy, they're all here. Tuna Tornado. Here's John Chady, SR71. Puts together a lot of the Gem City ICC stuff. Check their website out, please. It's very informative. Got a great website presentation put together by none other than Dane himself, another Gem City rider who, I just want to say it. I'm going to say it. Gem City / GRC rider. because we all ride together all the time. The Gem City folks and the GRC folks are always riding together. Kraken 71 here. Yes, Kraken's doing it. Wonder if he's liking the false flats here today. There's a lot of false flatty stuff here. El Tomi, big Canadian hitter here. Big Canadian hitter. Probably going to start slowly working their way up the field. CGF Andel. I'm going to... Rebel 72, here we go. We got more of them. Cervelo Ghost. Lots of great groups here. Here's Ragnar. Ragnar sitting currently in 40th place. I'm sure these little hills are going to really beat him up. And here he is, the man himself, the Gem City website creator. Did a fantastic job, Danon. Check this out. We got Neil, the mucker, 1974, is here. And he brought along his mate, Kilofsky. Good friends for years, really good cyclists. Great to see them out here. So they're on the first kick at 13-14%. I'm just going to pop back to the front here because there's going to be some action going on. There's going to be the pesky climbers trying to get ahead of everyone. But look who it is. It's Tuden. Tuden's just smashing watts down. 5.5, 6 watts per kilo. Ben's coming up quickly. I've seen a couple of clips of Ben's videos on YouTube. He posts once in a while, and I'm going to say Ben's a lighter weight climber. So, hoping Ben can bridge across here to Tuden. Tuden's already hitting the top, so good strategy here. Tuden wants to be up over this top first and descending before the other riders can catch him. Again, it goes back to that. Check out the cobbles here. Look how narrow this little path is. I don't even want to call this a road. This is a path. We wouldn't drive anything down this path in Canada. Like nothing. It wouldn't even be allowed. So again, Tuden's got that little bump in between himself and Ben now. Super smart tactical move. So you're out of sight, out of mind. You're the ghost. You're running. I remember this a lot from running dogs back in the days. You get out of sight of someone, they don't know where you are. They don't know what you're doing. They don't know if you're slowing down. They don't know if you're speeding up. Smart move. They can't see him now. And already 200-meter gap. Yeah, Ben's around just under 70 kilos. Tuden is right at 70 kilos. Capable of pushing, 5 watts, probably 6 watts per kilo this entire route, I would imagine. We're going to bounce back. Here is a Team GRC member, Lars K71, always at the very top in these events. Here's a rider I don't know. A categorized rider for, I think, from the Mamaki series. I believe Isidoro Panarisi. Isidoro Panarisi, yes. Let's go. Check this out. 5th place, Clive. Pushing hard here. Mala Noel. Appreciate the comments on YouTube. Chad Ritchie. Chad's active in our Discord. A mucker. Bashok is just behind Chad. We've got Hardy, a GRC member. You can see the logo here at the top of the screen. Watch for that logo at all the events, all the routes. That's how you'll know it's us. We got Oscar GTZ here. Hey, and just want to say, it was Hardy himself who created that logo. He spent a lot of time messing around with it, doing it for us, and actually doing it really quick on the fly. Smart move by Hardy here to get on Bashok's wheel. I'd love to see a few more of them hook up together. Oscar GTZ, GTZR 3000, Antonio Grillo. Okay, I'm going to bounce back a little bit here. I want to see, okay, we've got some breakdowns on course. Paulo Gallini. I watched this rider a little while ago. Did a great job finishing the last route. It's unfortunate that they just broke down. CGF Andel here. Ooh, we got some big packs here. So here's SR71 with Alex. Yeah, Alex full. GRC. And check this out. El Tomi slowly working his way up the field. Earlier on we saw him, he was in 29th place. Now has bounced up to 18th. And I'm sure we'll just move through these riders here. Very strong Canadian rider. Granddad Rick is here as well. Riding right alongside Alex. Arluzar, see this rider all the time in the market. So great to see them, helping support our rides. Let's get back to Jill's here. Here's the G and GRC. Check the logo out. Riding just behind Jayla Bombard. So I was scheduled to do this ride today, but with taking care of the goatie. Ucrone 64. I see this rider a lot as well. Purple Bengals here. So watch for Purple Bengal. She's 27th right now. I would imagine if you look at the profile on the bottom, kind of in this section here, that's where she's going to have to make her moves. Right in that section there. And she'll probably pass a lot of these bigger, more powerful riders that are ahead of her. So let's see if she moves up by the end. Hey, we got Roger here again. So Roger, he's the R in GRC. And I'm the C, and I'm not here today. That's okay. I wanted to cover the race from start to finish. And like I said, I've been sidetracked with other things. Tuna Tornado, Discord member here. Okay, so how's Holly doing? Okay, so I think Holly might have slipped back a little bit. Probably the flats are going to hurt her, but she should make a little comeback here on these hills. We have Global Ragnar here as well. Instagrammer, YouTuber, great to see him out with us. He's been riding every weekend with us when he can, and I hope he sticks around. I know a lot of people, as soon as it gets nice outside, they kind of, move away from Rouvy, forget about Rouvy because they want to ride outside. I just prefer to ride inside now because I can't ride these kinds of things here. Ragnar's trying to bridge up here. Bridging up to a rider I've never seen before, MSZZ Zoo. I'm going to bounce back to the front here. Now I've got some bubbles. It'll be easier to do. Look at Tuden here, just pushing that 5 watts per kilo at the front. Ben's going to have to pull out some magic tricks here to bridge back across. We're going to go to a map view here, folks. On Inside Cycling World, we love our map views. We need better maps. Maps loaded up, so you can see the gap here. Tuden is the purple bubble at the front. Hey, check this out. You can see riders coming down the other side too, the top here. You can see the gap. So purple dot, we're 340 meters back to Ben. Then we've got Isadora Panarisi just chasing Ben. Actually, it's Lars there. It's Lars and Isadora Panarisi. So those two could probably bridge back to Ben, I think. Clive Ribbons here, 5th place, looking very strong. Mala Noel, 6th place, being pursued by Chad Ritchie. GTZR 3000. Then we've got a rider here called Samol, who I don't know. Rennie 1968, and we got Bashak. Let's jump right back onto Bashak here. See how he's doing. Oh, we got a ton of riders here. So we've got the Samol rider, GTZR 3000, just ahead. Renee 1968. We've got Laurent 1976. I love all the different years here. We've got Hardy as well. Hardy's just on the back end of this group. Hardy wants to move up just a tiny bit, get back into that nice draft. Okay, and check this out too. So El Tomi now in 15th place does have like more than 100 meters to bridge up now. Very strong rider. When we first saw him today, was in 29th position. Just take a look at Tuden again quickly. How's our gap? Gap's growing to 400 meters now. And it looks like Lars is bridged up with Isadora Panarisi to Ben. Lars, very strong rider. See them a lot at our events, and I've been following a lot of different people in different races too, like perennial top 10 finisher. Chad's doing very well here. We got Mala up ahead. Clive Ribbons. So we've got a 3-rider group here now that can all work together and maybe try to do some damage on Tuden, but outside of maybe this little hill here, I think Tuden has this under control right now. We're going to bounce back, folks. We want to cover everyone here at the Team GRC Sunday short race. So back in 60th position. Hey, check this out. Okay, spotlight here. Eckers, you're doing it, dude. You're doing it. So Eckers is a new member to the Discord group. Has been hanging out with us a little bit. Off and on, comes in and out. I don't know the full story when he initially joined, but it's only been very recently. And so Eckers posted something this morning and said, hey guys, sorry, I forgot. Total noob. I already did a ride this morning. So I'm out. I won't be able to join. And he's already ridden a full hour. Eckers is kind of new to the Inside Cycling World. Hey, that's the channel too. Don't forget that. So a little tired, and I don't blame him either. If I'd finished an hour, I probably wouldn't ride either. But the Discord group motivated him, pushed him, maybe teased him a little bit, and he's riding here again, getting another killer workout in. So good job, Eckers. I really hope you make this. Just get through it. You're going to feel like $1,000,000 after this. Actually, you're probably going to feel terrible in the legs, but you will feel like you are a champion. Awesome stuff. IREC 70 looks like the last rider in the field. Too bad about Paulo. I saw Paulo last week. I think was finished somewhere in the the back 10%. But they've had a disconnect here. Dez is back at it. Susie C, just ahead of Chris Bowie. Gio Merlin, yes, great job. Gio Merlin, and I think it was that Paulo Galini were riding together last week. Robo, Akina. Here's Honest Jack, another fellow Canadian, just ahead of Vanderosa. And this rider here, here's a hard name to say. Looks like they have a bit of a Finnish flag in their name, I would say. I'd say this is a Finn. The double Ks are kind of a giveaway to me. Eat more cake. Yes, every GRC race with Danon and Kristen here. Kristen's getting really strong on the bike. She's doing a lot of training. I can see her being one of the better female riders here eventually. We've got XYX here. Broken down, though, unfortunately. I think this might have been a female rider, too. I think I see a ponytail. Stu, moving up. Daz 101. Cervello Ghost. I'm going to start bouncing up here quick now. Okay, let's check this out. We got Kyle and Neil riding very close together here. Great job representing Muckers Worldwide. Gotta say, they've got an awesome website. It's very well put together. Really good blog. If you like to read about race stories and stuff like that, get in there, have a read of it. Kraken 71 here. Look at this group. Kraken 71, Global Ragnar, Zoltrix, Rebel 72, Murphy. This a bunch of letters name here. Mez, Tuna Tornado, Rogers Trainer, Anthony, Holly 87. So yeah, I'm thinking up this last kick. Holly's going to move up some here. Tuden's on that kick right now. Let's bounce back to Tuden here. See how his lead's holding up. Now check this out. Now, there was about a 400-meter gap before. It's coming down rapidly. That's because Lars is on the flat, or flatter, the false flat, and Tuden's in the guts of the hill, 12%. So it's going to all compress down. Tuden's doing a great job here, like 5-6 watts per kilo. Once he gets over the top, he's on a flyer again. He's hidden. No one knows where he is. No one knows what he's doing. And he just vanishes again. Let's see how close Lars can bring this down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch this here and we can figure out the actual gap. So right at this house here, we're going to watch the gap. We're at 235 meters at that house. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, we're going to stay on Lars now. This is kind of like the... you know, at the Tour de France, they have the two guys on the motorbike and one holds up the chalkboard. They're kind of doing the same thing. That's the olden way of doing it. Go drive up the road, watch the leader. Check this out here. Here comes Isidora Panarisi coming up right beside Lars at the moment. And Ben is there too. So what we need to do, yeah, Ben's right here. That doesn't surprise me at all. Clive Ribbons coming up. Okay, so let's just stay on Lars. And you're going to see what the gap really is. So here's that house on the right-hand side of the road at the moment. We're sitting on Lars. So we're going to see the gap now from Lars to Tuden. And again, this will compress a little bit, but the rest of the ride is just a little bit of false flag. Isidoro moving up by himself now. Put an attack in there and pulled away. So we're talking 660-something meters. That's Tuden's gap now at this point in the race. Probably going to hold around there too. I don't think they're going to be able to pull him back at this point because he seems these hills aren't hard enough to really smash down a bigger rider or a more powerful rider, I should say. Okay, so Lars was able to pull back to Isidora. Probably a good idea here. These two should stick together. Ben's not that far behind, right around the corner. Clive is just coming up the hill. Actually, over the top of the hill, probably just past that big house. Mala Noel, there's that house again. Same position. Followed by Simone, Renee 1968. Check out this group here. Bashak is here with Chad Ritchie, with Hardy. Also Laurent 1976. We got GTZR just behind them. El Tomi is now in 14th position. Alex has moved up a lot too, 16th position at the moment. J. Margolis is hanging right at the front too. Just hang on to Alex's wheel here. This is 16% through here, folks. Granddad Rick. Yeah, check out John here, SR71, doing great today. I think John's been doing a lot of riding, a lot. Look at this. Well, yeah, it makes sense. He's now a level 76. Wow, Jill's is a 74. I didn't know that. Here comes Holly. Holly's moving up now. Watch her work her way through the field. 5 watts per kilo. Pesky lightweight climber. So glad she's on our team. So yeah, she should move up a few spots here. I think when we saw her before, she was back in 28th, 29th spots. So she's going to weave her way through the riders that are not so adept at climbing. So here she is catching up with SR71. John's probably like, oh, come on. John just grinding out the 3 watts per kilo. This is what I'd be doing too. And Holly just flies right on by. You know, this is what a climber can do to people. It seems like you can do way more damage as a climber than you can as a time trialist or a flatlands rider. They can draft you, whereas uphill you got no draft. Bouncing back to the front again. So here's Tuden with that 750 meter lead. Just powering along, 5.5 to 6 watts per kilo. Lars K, 4. Isidora's right there. Ben has just slipped off the back a tiny bit. What we're going to do again, here's Igor Lepin in 60th place. Eckers is still out there. Great job, Eckers. Glad to see you decide to do this. You deserve a nice Sunday couch day, as I call it. We got Des here. We're just going to bounce up through the field, through the bubbles. This is Susie C. She's out a lot. She's decked out in the Lidl Trek kit right now. Bouncing again. Akina. Trying to see names I don't recognize at the moment. 19 Steve 55, a name I'm not really sure. We got a Monda 70 here. They're all battling their way up this hill. Let's have a quick peek here. Yeah, right through that tough stuff, right? But that's the worst part of it right there. Nice spread here on the field. Here's Kolofsky. It's Kyle, Muckers Worldwide. Here he is. I was going to say, where did Neil go? Neil's riding right with Kyle all the way. So these two have decided to ride together today. CGF Endel rides with us a lot. Here's Murphy. Great job. Really strong in the time trials. Kraken 71. I hope he's enjoying the false flats here at the moment. Here, Kraken, a little bit of a breather and straight into some more false flatty. Chasing after. Look at up ahead. We got the Zoltrix character. I just saw him drop 10 watts per kilo there for a second. Probably just getting up out of the pedals and smashing it a bit. So Kraken's just behind Rebel 72 here. Great job, Rebel. He's riding right alongside Zoltrix, Global Ragnar. Anthony is 70, 80 meters ahead of that group. And in another group himself with MSZ here, Tuna Tornado, Oscar, Rogers here as well. Then we're going to jump up to John again, see what's happening here. So that little hill, look how much it helped Holly. She's now, she passed John. She's 130 meters ahead. That's how much damage you can do on the hills. Purple Bengal moving up, 19th position. At this point here, it'll probably be hard for the climbers to overtake anyone. You know, it's flat now. Like Alex will be pushing out more absolute power than Purple Bengal will. And we'll be able to hold that gap anyways. So anyway, folks, here's Tuden coming to the finish with a 700 meter lead. Less than 100 meters to the finish. Great job, Tuden. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. First place. Bouncing back to Lars K71. Ooh, could get sprinty here, folks. Watching it right now. I'm trying to cover everyone here today. We got these two going in. They're still 600 meters out. Time for a sip of coffee, folks. Just a sip. Keeping an eye on this. Ben's 200 meters back, so Ben's going to finish solo. Clive Ribbons will finish solo for 5th. Let's watch this sprint, and then we're going to start bouncing back through the field. I see Renee 1968 and Mala Noel and Bashak are going to be having a little bit of a battle here. So I hope Bashak's resting up. I imagine everyone's absolutely destroyed by now. But yeah, after this, hit the couch, turn on the YouTube, enjoy your day. I'll be riding later, don't you worry. Riding 4.5, 5 watts per kilo here. A couple hundred meters from the finish. Who's going to jump first? There it goes. Isidora's going first. 9.5 watts per kilo. Gets the jump on Lars here. 6, 7, 8 meters. Lars, I think, has just said that's enough for me today. And is just going to follow behind for third place. Great job, Lars. Ben's coming in now. Ben will finish solo in fourth place. So great job, Ben. Thank you for supporting us. And Rouvy Racing. Jumping back to Clive Ribbons. Clive did really well at the team time trial that Gem City put on, I don't know, a week and a half or so ago. I like to call Clive Chris at times. That's what I call him. It's so funny. I just make up names on the fly. I saw C Ribbons. I go, yeah, we got Chris here. Then I looked. I think I figured out his name. I think it was on Facebook somewhere. But anyway, Clive, great job. So here comes Bashak. Okay, folks. Looks like we got a 4-up sprint here. Mala, Samol, Rene 1968, and Bashak pushing 6 watts per kilo at the moment. Is Bashak going on a little bit of a tear at the beginning here? Yeah, Bashak's pushed ahead by himself. Got an 11-meter gap at the moment. Samol coming back at 7. Bashak's just turning it up, dialing it up. Any move they make, he's just turning it up more. Pushed out a 20-meter gap. They're not going to catch him now. Nice move by Bashak there. Team GRC. It's got a 50-meter gap over them now. Coming to the finish for 6th place. Samal, 7th place. Rene might try to make a move here. Malanoel trying to come around. Yes, Malanoel comes around and just pips Rene at the finish. Great finish there. So that was for 9th. So Malanoel would have gotten 8th. The other name is just forgotten already. 9th place, Chad Ritchie coming in for 10th. GTCR 3000, not far behind, 11 watts a kilo here. We got Laurent 1976 coming around El Tomi. Oh, sorry, folks. Missing finishes here. Let's keep an eye on Hardy. Okay, Hardy's finishing. Antonio Grillo is coming in alone with Grandad Rick 125 meters back, being pursued by J. Margolius. So we've got 2 riders here riding really strong. This is the 4 watt per kilo crew right here, just pushing hard, pushing hard. Little rollers to keep you honest. Jay's coming around. Jay's turning it up now. Jay's turning it up. What's Grandad Rick going to do here? I mean, the finish line is right around the corner here. 5.5 watts per kilo. A little bit of a downhill here can give you a bit of an acceleration on people. That would be good for course recon right there. That's why you recon your courses. That's 16th for Jay. 17th for Grandad Rick. Alex is coming in. Yeah, like this is a good little ramp to accelerate on right here. You get a little bit of a speed boost coming downhill here. Check out Holly, 19th place. Great job. And Maxime. This is the battle of the climbers here. I would love to see them sprint it out. They're a little too far apart though. Yeah, great job, ladies. Great job. Okay, we got Jerry W78 coming up behind Purple Bengal here. I think they'll hold him off. Yep, they're going to hold him off. Jill's coming in for 22nd place. About 100 meters ahead of Ukron 64. Great to see Ukron's going to finish one. I've seen them have a few disconnects in the past. So they're all going to finish in these places. Ooh, SR71's trying to move up. Digging at 7 watts per kilo. A little bit too far now. Great job, John. Arluzar coming in right behind John. Then we got MS with Tuna Tornado. Tuna coming in nicely here at 6 watts per kilo with Roger right behind them, 3.5 there. Anthony cruising in. Oh, sorry, folks. The people crossing the finish line. Global Ragnar. Sorry, folks. It's bouncing around on me. So it looks like Global finished, I think, in 33rd there, 32nd. Kraken 71. Let's hang out with Kraken and Murphy for a bit here. Lots of names I know here, too. Yeah, so these two might have a bit of a battle. Looks like Kraken's going to try to push away. Yeah, and I think Murphy's just content finishing here in 35th. Got a nice ride in, great workout on Team GRC Sunday Short Race over at Inside Cycling World. Like that, that's pretty slick, eh? We got Mez coming here. So Murphy's finishing up in 35th. Mez 36. Oscar's going to finish solo in 37th place. Oh, let's check this out. Okay, so we got CJF Andel here. Should finish ahead of these two. But we have Kyle and Neil from Muckers Worldwide riding together still. Are we going to have a battle between the two teammates? David 1951 is just behind. We got Amonda 70, Cervello Ghost, XYX. Got some little chatting in the background here. Don't worry about that. Okay, so they're coming in now. We're still 400 meters to go. So here's CJF Andel. 80-meter gap still. Should be able to hold them off. Kyle and Neil pushing, around 3 watts per kilo. They'll be done soon here. Thanks for joining us. This is late afternoon for them. 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. We're going to just back. I want to stick on these two here because they're 200 meters to go. Looks like Kyle's going. Kyle's decided to push ahead a little bit. Oh, but here comes Neil. 5 watts per kilo. Neil's countering at 6. They're both turning it up. Neil's pushing hard all the way here. Kyle is pushing back. It's over, folks. 39th and 40th place there. Great job, guys. We got David coming in solo. Then we're going to have Imonda with Cervello Ghost, though. Nice job here. Let's just take a quick look back. Okay, they're so close to the finish now. Here's Kristen, Gem City. Danon, not far behind, just 100 meters back. Daz 101, new rider to the events today. Robo, another new one. I think Stu's new as well. Vanderosa is just ahead of Eat More Cake here. Got a 35-meter gap. And Honest Jack is not far behind either. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bounce back. We've got Dez here. Eckers is still doing it. Actually, Eckers caught and passed Igor Lepin. Eckers has passed Igor Lepin. And then behind them we have Steve B71, who will be bringing up the rear of the field, it looks like, in 62nd position. Great job, Steve. Yeah, all these people are broken down back here. I'm just looking to see if we have any late starters. Okay. So, yeah, Steve's here. Igor Lepin and Eckers just getting it done. So Eckers has got one more tough hill to take on, and then it's over for him. Great job, Eckers. We're going to bounce back to the front now. Oh, my. Look at this. XYX broke down in the finishing chute. Smashed into the barriers. Head over heels over the barriers. Hopefully, they're going to get up soon and finish. So let's take a look here. Ooh, Danon's coming back at Kristen. We may have a battle here, folks. There's a lot of rivalry here between these two. Yeah, Danon going right on by. There's an intense battle here. I'm just having a little bit of fun here. Kristen and Danon know each other, I'd say, quite well. Okay, so, yep, Kristen's coming back. So here's that little downhill ramp. Ooh, they're both powering it up here. Kristen going by at 4 watts per kilo. 5 watts per kilo. Just got the jump on Danon, I believe. Danon being the gentleman. Great job. Just cruising now. Okay, yeah, so XYX is broken down. That must be so frustrating. Let's take a look at them again. Yeah, they got an NA on, so we got Robo battling it out with Daz 101. Robo putting in a nice finish here at 7 watts per kilo. Okay, so XYX looks like they might have finished there. I'm going to have a good look at that later. I was expecting to see them on the road, and they're gone now. Yeah, they're gone. They would have been right here in the finishing chutes. So they dragged their bike, scraped themselves off, put their leg back over the top, and crossed the finish line. At least that's what I'm hoping. Vanderosa riding with us today, 51st place. Eat More Cake, 80 meters back. Honest Jack is pushing hard here, trying to bridge up to Eat More Cake. Yeah, I love to see these battles. So we got Honest Jack from Canada. Eat More Cake is from Wales. So Eat More Cake is just hitting the ramp down. Can probably use this to kind of like just bridge away a few meters. Yeah, just pulling out a couple of meters on Honest Jack. Probably both very tired at this point. Great job. Honest Jack sprints for the finish. Photo finish. Takes it from Eat More Cake. Great job. Susie C. Cruising along. Always riding. See her a lot in these races with us now. Akina, this is a new name to me. And we've got our Finnish friend here. Ket Kopulka. Ket Kopulka. Anyway, always hard for me to say. But yeah, these Ks, I like it. And the little flag. Geo Merlin, saw them last week. Doing nice here. We got Chris Bowie. We got Dez. Eckers, yeah, get through it. Get through it, Eckers. Excellent work. So at this point here, we got Eckers. We also have Igor Lepin. And we got Steve here. So they're getting through the worst of this stuff. So I think when we started the race, I said we had 80 registered. It looks like, fingers crossed, and I'm actually crossing my fingers right now. I think we're going to have 62 finishes here. Steve just has to get through this. You're through it, Steve. Great job. And Eckers, you deserve a heavy couch day. Maybe a nice Coke, a big bag of chips, and just sprawl out, watch some YouTube racing. Hey, I got a good channel you can watch. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, just chill out today now, right? So I'm going to have to do my ride later. I've got to get out of the house here in a little bit. But I will be riding later on today. Susie C, Akina. So we're back in 54th place here. Let's just watch these riders finish. But here's someone that deserves a spotlight. For doing all this riding today, for feeling, I think Eckers is pretty new to Smart Trainer world, inside bike riding, all that kind of stuff. And the Discord group, Team GRC Discord, there's a link at the top of the channel here. The main page, you're going to see a link. I'm going to try to remember to refresh it. It only stays active for a week. And I think it was Eckers who last reminded me, hey, your link doesn't work. So I'm going to say it again to everyone. If the link doesn't work, just send me a message, comment somewhere. Because they only stay active for a week. And time just flies, and next thing you know, it doesn't work. So we're going to hang out with Eckers here for a little bit. I'm just going to step away for a quick second and check on the goatie. Okay, riders, back again. Watching Eckers, would love to stay to the finish. However, my 10 o'clock appointment, which I thought was in one town, is in a completely different town, so I've got a longer drive to do. So what I'm going to do here is we're just going to cut it short. I know Eckers is going to finish because he's got the willpower and the Team GRC Discord group cheering him on at the moment. I can't wait to see the discussion later today in the Discord. If you just want to chat with other cyclists, you don't have to be a GRC member. Everyone's welcome there. It's Team GRC people. I'm there. We've got muckers in there. We've got a ton of people in there. So just jump in, check it out. It's all community. You're going to find someone to ride with. So anyways, riders, I'm going to cut it short right now, and we'll see you real soon.